The pre-colonial period began from the earliest times till 1565, when the Spaniards, under the leadership of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, established the first Spanish settlement in Cebu. Before the coming of the Spaniards, literature in the Philippines consisted of spoken and orally transmitted genres, mainly legends, myths, proverbs, folk songs, and epics, recited by ancient bards or sung or told by the storytellers from generation to generation. These genres have gone through significant changes from their earliest and crudest forms to the written versions that have been passed on to the present. But despite these transformations, these early body of materials carry and preserve important parts of the culture of the early Filipinos. Of unknown origin and authorship, the early literature gives clues about the ways of living and thinking of the Filipinos of pre-colonial times. These stories and songs are sources of valuable insights into the spirit and psyche of the early Filipino from various islands and regions of the Philippines. History has shown how mankind's innate thirst for knowledge about things has led to remarkable discoveries, inventions, and achievements in countless fields. Sharing mankind's inborn curiosity, the early Filipinos raised questions about the origin and existence of things. Their minds transcended the crudeness and limits of ancient life, seeking explanations to the natural wonders and occurrences around them. The early Filipinos must have had an awareness of the lands and the waters that surrounded and separated them, and must have wondered how the lands and waters came to be. They must have been amazed by the display of colors in the sky that followed the rain and created stories to explain it. Origin stories not only provide glimpses of how our ancestors viewed themselves in relation to the natural world around them, but also represent the body of work that made up the beginning of our literary heritage as a people. Aside from their curiosity about the world around them, the early Filipinos clearly had their own beliefs and values by which they lived and did things. Apart from the ancient legends that had reached generations of Filipinos, other orally transmitted works that had their roots in pre-colonial times give evidence that early Filipinos had an understanding of what was right and what was wrong. They believed in good and bad spirits and in compassionate and wicked gods and deities. The stories that early Filipinos told also show their awareness and trust in goodness as means to protect and defend themselves against the evil and dangerous forces that challenged their values and beliefs. Dating from very long ago, these stories also reveal themes and characters that have repeatedly been depicted through centuries, not only in the literature of the Philippines, but in the literature of many other nations.